Alright, so another day, another Motorola blower. I'm seriously thinking of changing the name of this channel to Motorspurt. But if you're on a super strict budget for your next smartphone, the Motorola Moto G54 could be a great option. You've got a crisp 6.5-inch 120Hz display, stereo speaker setup, dependable Dimensity performance, a massive 5000 mAh capacity battery with turbo power charging, and a very generous 256 gigs of storage space, all for under £200 here in the UK. I mean, whoa! So I'm going to yank the Moto G54 out of the box, show you exactly what you get in there, and then spend a couple of days getting to know it. So I can show off the camera tech, the battery life, the gaming performance, all that good stuff. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So what have you got in there besides the Motorola Moto G54 5G? Well, you've got yourself a 3-pin adapter, a USB Type-C cable, a pokey SIM pin, and a very succinct quick start guide. And that's everything, so sadly no bundled condom case. So while the other Motorola smartphones that I've covered most recently, the Moto G84 and that Edge 40 Neo, sports quite a snazzy, colourful, bold, bright design, the more affordable G54 sports a more conventional Motorola finish. But the G54 isn't a minger by any means. You've got reasonably skinny bezels, a little bit of chin action down there, a perfectly flat display with flat edges as well. I would have preferred a wee bit of curvature just around the back to improve the hand feel, but it's certainly not uncomfortable to clutch, helped by the fact that it's quite a skinny build. Now flip it around back, and the Moto G54 comes in a small selection of colours. This is Motorola's trademark Midnight Blue effort, which is a matte plastic finish, but you can also grab it in Indigo Blue, which has a vegan leather back similar to the G84, which I recently unboxed and reviewed. Got a couple of other brighter colours if you prefer, and the fact that it's matte plastic means that it does a pretty good job of repelling fingerprints and greasy guff. Quite a smart looking blower, simple, sleek design. It's good to see the old camera chassis doesn't jut too far from that arse end. So there's not much jiggle action when it is sat on a desk or a table or whatever. And as usual with Motorola blowers, the Moto G54 is water repellent. And I can confirm this thing has been royally drenched and it lives to tell the tale. Now one of the true delights of any Motorola smartphone, even these budget-friendly blowers, is the fact that it's quite a stock Android experience overall. Motorola has done minimal meddling. Got a tasty bit of Android 13 action on here, but sadly only the one OS update is guaranteed. So that means it'll be upgraded to Android 14, which is actually releasing around now. Hopefully should be on here in a couple of months' time. And then that's it. Next year you can't expect an upgrade to Android 15, but Motorola is at least offering 3 years of bi-monthly security updates. This thing isn't going to be obsolete within 12 months. And I have noticed a fair bit of crapware creeping its way onto Motorola smartphones, which is a bit of a bum. The likes of Booking.com, Facebook, and even the odd crappy game or two. But thankfully most of these can be deleted straight off the smartphone. Off you pop. Not that you should be desperate for storage space, because Motorola has generously packed 256 gigs onto the Moto G54. As you can see, still got most of that available despite the fact I've downloaded Genshin Impact. And that's more than what you'll get with most flagship smartphones, the likes of the Pixel 8 and the iPhone 15, unless you spend extra cash on top. And as if that wasn't enough, you can also expand that storage using a microSD memory card in that second SIM slot. Now that supports cards up to 1 terabyte in size, so hey. And as well as all that Facebook bollocks and other stuff, Motorola's chucked a few of its own apps onto this bad boy, including of course the obligatory Moto app. And this is actually really bloody good because you've got fast access to some pretty nifty features and tools. For instance, you can completely customize the Moto G54 right down to the theme colors, the icon shapes, the layout. You got the usual excellent selection of gestures, including, oh yes, that fast torch baby. You got tips and tricks, audio tools, even a gaming mode, which I will bang on about later. And then there's stuff like family space, which is really handy if you've got rowdy kids and you just want them to shut the up. You can set a time limit and just give them access to the apps that you want them to use, and that's it. And the Moto Secure app, well worth checking out as well. Android security and privacy tools, pretty good to begin with, but then this adds some extra bits to really help keep your privates private, help prevent any criminally types from doing some bad shiz. It's just a shame that Motorola's Ready For app hasn't made an appearance here on the Moto G54, which I'm guessing is down to performance limitations. And it's all reasonably smooth here on the G54 as well. Usually apps load up pretty much as soon as you tap them, no hanging around. Now the Motorola Moto G54 sports a 6.5-inch display, pretty average size in 2023. And it is IPS tech, not OLED, which is to be expected at a sub £200 budget price. It's not a bad IPS panel at all, though. Viewing angles are nice and wide, colours are reasonably poppy, and the contrast isn't too bad. It's only really if you chuck it next to an OLED smartphone you realise that those blacks are really more of a dark grey. So full HD plus resolution, so visuals are pleasingly crisp. And this display can hit just over 1000 nits on the maximum brightness as well, so it can counter quite a lot of harsh glare. You won't be squinting too hard in sunlight. Dinky wee selfie camera orifice up top, but that barely gets in the way at all when you go full screen for gaming, movies, whatever you're into. And that refresh rate does actually max out at 120 Hz as well. And despite that low asking price, you've got yourself a stereo speaker setup here on the Moto G54. Let's bump up that volume. This makes heaving it about the place rather easy, and it's not actually that heavy considering the size of the thing. Certainly schlepping it from one room to another is a minor workout at best. And again, for a phone with a £200 asking price, that's pretty good audio. Not the loudest at all when you max out that volume, but at least the clarity stays pretty good. And hey, bit of headphone jack action. Love a bit of that. And as you'll see if you dive back into that Moto app and go to play, you do have Dolby Atmos support. And this can fine tune the sound on your behalf, otherwise you can get it into various presets. And you've also got yourself a manual equalizer if you fancy a bit of that. Now the Motorola Moto G54 is powered by MediaTek's Dimensity 7020, quite a budget-friendly smartphone platform, and is backed here in this bad boy by 8 gigs of RAM. So as I mentioned before, everyday performance is absolutely fine, no hanging around for stuff. And you can even get some gaming on the go. And while the Moto G54 can technically play Genshin Impact, even on the lower graphics settings, it is about as smooth as a badger's arse after some serious scrubbing with a steel scourer. Definitely not the best way to experience this game, so the likes of Call of Duty Mobile, definitely more of its sort of limit. Games like Free Fire and PubG should play on it fine too. And in fact, not only did I win a game of Call of Duty Mobile with the Moto G54, I was actually the MVP. So kiss my face. And Motorola has hoyed in a simple but satisfactory gaming mode which features all of the tools you would expect. Do not disturb style notifications blocking shenanigans. You can record the screen, you can give the performance a boost or preserve the battery life, yada yada. And as usual with these budget friendly Motorola blowers, the battery life on this thing is sublime. Got a 5000 mAh capacity cell. That combined with the stock Android experience and that energy efficient MediaTek platform makes you get all day play, no worries. I only just managed to kill this thing before bedtime yesterday, and that was with bugger loads of screen on time and a good hefty bit of Genshin Impact as well. Good bit of camera play and everything as well. So if you're looking for something to last you a full weekend with, a bit more casual sort of use, then, it should do the job. And when it comes to recharging, well, Motorola advertises the Moto G54 with turbo power charging. It's not particularly turbo, to be honest. It's 15 watts, in fact. So you will need to plug it in for a good couple of hours to get a full charge when it is drained. But again, that's nothing too shocking at this sort of budget price. Now as for the camera tech, well, you've got a dual lens setup here, 50 megapixel primary shooter with optical image stabilization, pretty good for this price point. And you do also have yourself a macro shooter, which you can switch to if you want an extreme close-up. And while Motorola's camera app is a bit more bare bones here on the Moto G54 compared with more expensive Moto blowers, you still get those AI smarts. So for instance, it'll tell you to switch to portrait mode if you're snapping a human subject. You're human to me, Veronica. You got the usual selection of other bonus modes as well, including night vision, got a bit of Motorola's spot color action, and you do have a full-on pro mode as well. So yes, you can shoot RAW format images if you want. And here's just a small selection of test samples, give you an idea of what the Moto G54 is capable of. And definitely set your expectations fairly low. This is a budget blower, but it'll do the job in a reasonably wide variety of conditions. My indoor shots didn't come out too grainy. You got that night vision mode to brighten things up a bit at night, though sometimes this oversaturates the colors a bit. And you can expect the odd blurry pic if you're shooting something that won't obey orders, pets, kids, etc. But overall, gotta say, pretty decent, and that image stabilization certainly helps out again in those lower light conditions. You've also got a video mode, which is pretty basic. You can't shoot 4K resolution footage, you've only got full HD at either 30 or 60 frames per second. Again, this is fine for simple little clips that you're going to share with your family and friends, whatever. Just don't expect the moon on a stick. And then last up, around the front, you've got a 16 megapixel selfie camera. And what was I saying before about idiots that won't keep still? And just in case you're not already sick of staring at my tired, haggard face the last 10 minutes or so, well, here's some more of it. The Moto G54 is capable of shooting Full HD resolution video. To be honest, I would just use that front-facing camera for the occasional bit of video chatting with friends and fam or whatever. Does an alright job, the audio pickup's reasonably clear. And that right there in our lovely wee nutshell is the fresh new Motorola Moto G54. One of the better sub £200 budget blowers, packing insane amounts of storage for this sort of price. Your respectable-ish camera, fairly decent IPS display, stereo speakers, expandable storage, headphone jack, lots of good features that you don't even get on those flagship blowers that cost 4-5 times as much as this. It's not all candy floss and fluffy puppies, however. You've only got the one Android OS upgrade, for instance, so it'll get Android 14 hopefully soon, and then that'll be that. At least you'll still get the security updates rolling in, so if you're not too bothered about having the latest, freshest Android at all times, well, definitely well worth considering. And that's what I reckon of the Motorola Moto G54. It'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please do subscribe, ding that notifications bell, and have yourselves a ruddy wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone, love you!